Quiet. Board of Education together at 6:31. Can we stand for the pledge of allegiance?
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Secretary Amanda Fletcher is not present tonight, and Misha Earlman, our acting secretary. Call the roll, please.
Daniel Winston.
Present.
Anthony Johnson. Lori Hicks. Present. Cheryl Fletcher. Present. Shirley Tolliver. Present. Shirley present. Amanda Fletcher is absent.
Next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. I'd like to table item 5, discuss board quorum, because all our board members are not here. I'd like all our board members. Next item on the agenda is superintendent communications. Mr. Bowers.
Thank you, Madam President. Some of you may have noticed over the course of the past couple weeks of all the tree plantings that are taking place at both Thurston High School as well as Adams Elementary School directly across the service drive. And that is with many thanks to our partner with Friends of the Rouge and our very own South Redford teacher from Pierce Middle School, Mr. Josh Crawford, who was instrumental in the partnership between the South Redford School District as well as Friends of the Rouge. And so you notice the plantings taking place at both of the schools, and this is to green the space as well as to reduce the pollution surrounding both of the buildings. And so hats off to Josh as well as to our Friends of the Rouge and our entire operations team that have played an integral role in making this become a reality. So when you get a chance, please get a chance to check out both of the spaces and the new plantings that are taking place. In fact, last Friday at Thurston High School, several science classes literally put their hands in the dirt to plant the trees over at Thurston High School so that when they come back as Thurston High School alumni, they can acknowledge how much the trees and the plants have grown since they planted them. And then this Friday, the Adams students will have a chance to do the same thing over at Adams Elementary School. So hats off to them for making that become a reality. I also want to say nicely done to the Thurston High School staff. They did an incredible job of hosting their back to school block party just a couple of weeks ago over at Thurston High School. Perhaps many of your families were there. There were all kinds of activities as well as informational meetings that took place at Thurston High School. So to see the energy surrounding the excitement of the new school year was nothing short of absolutely being invigorating. So hats off to the entire Thurston High School staff for making that become a reality. And to see the number of staff and families that we had here that night was pretty outstanding. Also, I would like to say thank you to our two instructional technology coaches that were able to attend a very important meeting with our partner Detroit Diesel, which, as many of you know, shares being both in the township as well as in the city of Detroit. For several decades, Detroit Diesel has been a tremendous partner of the South Redford School District. And so thanks to Mara Deutsch as well as Aaron Minestrelli, two of our instructional technology coaches, they were able to carve out time from their busy schedule along with Vandenberg teacher Sarah McGuire. And then there was a handful of us as administrators that were there that met with our partner Detroit Diesel to figure out ways that we can continue to connect the students of the South Redford School District to more STEM opportunities that provide well-paying careers, and also where engineers push into the classroom to work with the students in STEM areas. So many thanks to them. And with that, Madam President, that concludes my communications this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Bowers. Next item on the agenda is board communications. Are there any? I have a couple. The Wayne County Association of School Boards will meet on October the 10th. 5:30 is dinner, meeting will be at 6. And I also have something to read about MASB. The MASB, Michigan Association of School Boards Government Relations Team, is traveling throughout the state holding legislative priority setting meetings in each of our regions. These regional meetings give you a chance to talk about the issues most important to you in your districts and help shape MASB's minor priorities for the new legislative session. It's important to us to get full participation from our school board members and superintendents. The priorities created will help guide the governmental relations team as they advocate on your behalf. You can help. Michigan Association of School Boards legislative agenda is only as strong as the number of voices it created. So plan to attend their meeting and encourage your fellow board members to do the same. Okay. Next item on the agenda is comments from the audience. Topics related to the agenda. We have 3. Okay. The board welcomes comments from the public and values the input our stakeholders bring to the table. The president respectively reminds all of us, this is not a forum of debate. The board may choose to ask clarification questions regarding an expressed concern, but will not respond to the consent at the meeting. You can expect a timely response from the appropriate individual. Personnel matters cannot and will not be discussed in this forum.
Lori Hicks, the first one.
I'm not usually used to addressing the board from this position. However, I would like,
I'm sorry for interrupting. Everybody will have 3 minutes to do their items. Sorry, Lori, go ahead.
I'm commenting on the disbanding of the standing committee for facilities. And while I recognize that every one of us have voiced our opinions in the past, I want to remind both the board and the community that no other facilities will be able to be rented without approval of the committee. That was something that was established. Typically, our committees are formed in January, and they run from January to January. So this is not really following our normal protocol. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you. Next is Amanda Morris. Amanda Morris? Yeah.
Okay.
Speak up a little when you talk, please. Thank you.
My name is Amanda Morris, and I live at 9256 Berwyn. I'm a member of the Redford Youth Football and Cheer Organization. As a member and board member, I've seen firsthand the challenges and barriers we have had to overcome to help not only our community organization thrive and grow, but also our children because of the Facilities Rental Committee. Last year, we faced weeks of delays waiting for the application to be approved and released for us to complete. We then faced barrier after barrier over additional charges for things such as scoreboards, access to the press box, and down markers, just to name a few. It was very frustrating. This even led to some very unprofessional emails being sent to us by district employees arguing over what we could and could not have access to under this agreement. We are being charged one of the highest rates for using the field, even though we are a community organization that serves Redford, and majority of our members are taxpayers that have helped fund the building and upkeep of said facilities. We have been part of this community for over 100 years. We have had members decide to move into our community because of how wonderful they felt our organization and community as a whole is. We have had numerous members tell us they choose to come to our organization and community because of how wonderful it is when compared to what their community has to offer. At this moment, about 80% of our football players and cheerleaders either live in our community and or attend our schools, since living in Redford is no longer a requirement to attend our district.
30 seconds, Ms. Moore.
I thought a school board and any subcommittees of that had children's best interests as their main focus. How is the rental committee keeping the best interest of our children in mind when they're charging a nonprofit, community-based program thousands of dollars to use their facilities? We ask that you guys vote to dissolve the facility rental committee. We are trying to stay afloat as a nonprofit. We thrive to serve our community and children, but we are finding it difficult to do so when we are being charged such a high amount.
That's your time, Ms. Moore.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Anthony Neely Sr.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Anthony Neely Sr. I'm a father of Anthony Neely Jr. that plays on the freshman team for the Redford Elite. I'm a father for Ashlyn Neely that plays cheerleads for the varsity cheerleading team. I'm a godfather to Hakeem Mitchell, who plays for the junior varsity elite football team. I'm also a godfather for Khalil Mitchell, who plays for the freshman football team. I just wanted to say thank you for all the volunteers that put their time and effort in to help enrich the kids. I understand that it's a responsibility, a time restraint for different people to come in and help out the kids. And I want to say they're building lifelong bonds with the kids and each other. I appreciate the services that they're providing for my community, because I'm one of the 80% that Amanda just mentioned. My kids go to school here. My wife used to be an educator in Redford. My god sister is an educator in Redford as well right now. I just want to continue to be a part of this Redford Elite Village, and I just hope that you guys can uplift and help them continue to succeed and to keep the kids together so they can keep building bonds that will remain for the rest of their life.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is
Sorry, we can't hear you guys.
Mr. James.
Thank you, Madam President. So it's always a great opportunity to welcome new staff to the district. I know that I think only one out of the four showed up today, but I'd still like to announce their names. So first I'll begin with Mr. Kevin Cartwright. Mr. Cartwright is our new welding instructor. As you see right here, we have our Innovation Center, and welding is a career technical education program we have now. Mr. Cartwright comes to us with 18 years of experience of teaching welding. We were able to pull him from Detroit Public School Community District. He holds a community art instructor certification from the College of Creative Studies. Mr. Cartwright also serves as an adjunct professor at Madonna University. Outside of teaching, he is passionate about creating art and mentoring students. Who was able to join us today, I see him in the back, I spoke to him a little bit earlier. We have our new automotive instructor and also Thurston alumni, Mr. Christopher Muncie. Mr. Muncie comes to us with 17 plus years. He comes to us with 17 plus years of experience in the repair and automotive industry. Formerly, he was working with heavy equipment field tech at Alta Equipment. He completed his vocational training at William B. Ford. He holds various certifications, including a Cert ASC mechanic. When not working, Mr. Muncie enjoys camping, boating, working on projects in his garage, such as golf carts. He enjoys working on boats, four-wheelers, cars, and trucks. So welcome, Mr. Muncie. Another new teacher joining South Redford is a special education teacher for one of our ASD classrooms over at Jefferson. We were able to snatch her away from Plymouth Scholars. She comes to us with 4 years of teaching special education. She holds a master's degree with a concentration in autism spectrum disorder from Oakland University. Ms. Molly Ribar, she also has a bachelor's degree in special education from the University of Michigan, Dearborn. In her spare time, Ms. Ribar enjoys painting, sketching, nature walks, exercising, cooking, and reading. So welcome to South Redford, Ms. Ribar. And finally, we also have Mr. Gabriel Miller. Mr. Miller is a special education teacher over at Vandenberg. He comes to us with 1 year of experience of teaching special education in a cross-categorical classroom and inclusion teacher at Rio Rancho Public Schools in New Mexico. He recently completed his alternative teaching certification from Northern New Mexico College. Mr. Miller has a bachelor's degree in English and psychology from Northern Michigan University. And in his free time, he enjoys playing the guitar, playing board games, camping, hiking, and attending community events. So welcome, Mr. Miller. That concludes our new staff. President.
Do I have a board member that
Madam President,
Yes,
I move the adoption of the following resolution.
Support.
it's been moved by Mrs. Early and supported by Mr. Winston. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Resolution adopted. Next item on the agenda is the SREA, SROPA, SRF.
Am I first?
Yes.
Welcome to all you South Redford residents and school-age children, parents, grandparents, residents. My name is Bill Dyer. I'm the head of the South Redford Teachers Union. So I represent the nearly 200 members of our teaching union in 7 buildings in the district. So thanks to you, we all have jobs. And I'd just like to say thanks to the board for our opportunity to update you on our activities. As you know, this year marks the end of our current bargain contract. We are eager to collaborate with representatives from the board and cabinet sitting over here to establish a new contract that will help us attract and retain talented teachers, ensuring that all of our classrooms for all of our kids are fully staffed at all times. Our membership has grown to an impressive 95% union strength, our rate, and we are actively working towards 100% with just only a few members remaining. I think for us, a strong union translates to a stronger district, and I hope that I can speak for the people that we deal with, that I believe that's because we are problem solvers, not problem makers. Over the past 2 years, the SREA has engaged in ongoing contract review discussions with the cabinet, and in particular, Miss Amy Davison over here and James Kinsey. And those meetings have allowed us to proactively tackle potential challenges. Since 2022, we have signed nearly 12 letters of understanding with the district and the South Redford cabinet, reflecting our commitment to being a great team in this district. Recently, we reached an agreement regarding teacher evaluations, and it just clarifies the teacher evaluation process, and it also provides some relief for our administrators so they don't have to evaluate teachers that have been rated as highly effective for 3 years in a row. Moving forward, we're going to start working on issues like that are now subject to collective bargaining that were not previously, including placement of teachers in classrooms so we have the right fit, and discipline. So we believe that our upcoming negotiations are crucial. As you guys probably all know, the pool of teaching resources is shrinking, and South Redford may be particularly impacted because nearly 20% of our staff is eligible to retire in the next 2 to 3 years. Additionally, neighboring districts now, more than ever, are offering incentives that make retaining teachers increasingly challenging. Many educators are seeking new opportunities now for the first time ever for better pay, or a job that's closer to home, or a job that may just have improved working conditions. So to encourage our teachers to remain in South Redford, we have to obviously have competitive pay and working conditions that include updated technology, which we're working on at this point, clean classrooms, safe schools, and a supportive family-like atmosphere. As you all know, at some of the schools that you go to right now, you see the results of your bond that you passed, including, as Mr. Kinsey mentioned, our facility next door where we house welding, hospitality and trades. We'll be opening a restaurant there very soon. We have medical skills, and we have construction and trades, all things useful skills for people that are graduating from high school. And this is why I truly believe that our cabinet sitting over there truly understands the importance of creating a family-like atmosphere. As evidenced by this year, many of you don't know, we had a little kickoff gathering that started by our superintendent, Jason Bobrovetsky. We're planning on having a holiday party this year for all staff. We had a graduation celebration at USA Hockey Arena last year that was out of this world, completely full. And we have upcoming plans this year for an end of the year celebration, honoring retirees for the first time, distinguished guests, and people that have milestones of years of service in our district for, I would say, the first time we've had that in maybe nearly 20 some odd years. And the last thing I just want to leave you with, and this includes the message that you guys are all here for today, and for our board, and for our cabinet, and for all of our teachers. We can only be great and achieve our goals if we all work together, correct? Thank you so much for all you guys do.
Okay, Ms. Williams? For South Redford. Yes.
Good evening to our board members, our superintendent, and our friends and family of our community. My name is Kathy Woods. I'm here to represent the South Redford Foundation. I was just, at the end of the year last year, I was just voted in as the president of that foundation. We were able to, I'm here just to give you a brief update on what we've been doing over the summer. Well, actually before the summer. The end of the year last year, as the foundation was able to give 6 scholarships to our Thurston students. 4 for $2,000 and 2 for $1,000. This year, what we would like to do with the scholarship fund is to break it up into the different, like the welding program that we have, the culinary arts, nursing, all of those things to get scholarships per individually, I would like to say. That is our goal for this year. We're actually setting a budget for that to be as well. As a community, We're also, November the 7th, we'll have our first annual appreciation dinner for our sponsors, and our board members and our community will be welcome to this event on November the 7th at 6 p.m. here in the administrative building. My goal for the South Redford Foundation for this year alone is to bring back to our community, South Redford, the things that we have been missing. For one, I was able to bring back, we as a board, as a community board, we were able to get back the charity poker event that will be coming January 19th through the 25th. You're all welcome to attend that. I will give further notice, and invites and flyers will be made. We're in the process of making those flyers to give out for everyone. You will be welcome to that. As moving forward, I'm looking forward to bringing back golf, bringing back things to our community as a whole. Because as you know, it takes a village for our children. So that's my goal with our foundation thus far. But there will be more to come. I know that some people may not never even heard of the foundation, because when I first started, I never heard of the South Redford Foundation. But I promise that this year, 2024 and 25, you will know, you will be aware of the different things that the foundation is sponsoring. We're looking to bring teacher grants to all of our schools. That's our focus for this year. Our teacher grants, PTO grants, and things of that nature, we are currently setting a budget for those things. Also, I failed to inform you that I'm also the PTO president for Pierce Middle School as well. We have an excellent team committee over there as well. My goal with the PTO for Pierce Middle School is to bring together all South Redford PTO committees to put forth, and we gather together and bring something new to South Redford, something that you have not experienced. I don't know how long you've been here, but I've been around for 35 years in the community. I've raised 5 kids, and now I'm on 13 grandkids here in the community. So I don't plan on going anywhere, and I would love to see something new. And hopefully you do too. And come in, be a part of our PTO meetings, the board meetings. We need you, and as the president of these committees, I make it a promise that we will do the best we can to bring back things to our community that we can be proud of as a whole. And Madam President, thank you for my time, and that will conclude my report for today.
Thank you so much. Next item on the agenda is consider bond investment.
Thank you, Madam President. The board will consider a resolution to approve the sale of the second series of bonds. So just as you heard the president of the SREA, Mr. Dyer, and Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Kinsey, speak to, with many of you in the room that voted to support our $80 million bond from 2021, that's the agenda item that we're talking about right now. And so following the passage of the 2021 bond, by law, the district has a specific maximum amount of time to spend our bond money once the bonds are sold. The district proposal includes selling 2 series of bonds. The first series was for $53 million of the approximately 80, and this second series will be for approximately $27 million, thanks to the support of many of you in this room. The resolution was prepared in accordance with the bond parameters provided by PFM, acting as the school district's financial advisor. The resolution authorizes the bonds to be sold pursuant to a negotiated sale with J.P. Morgan Securities, appointed as the managing underwriter. The resolution also delegates the superintendent as well as the finance director the authority to sell and to close the bonds without any further action of the board if certain financial parameters, as we discussed in our last meeting, are met. Madam President, a resolution is attached for board consideration.
Do I have a board member willing to adopt the resolution? To the group? Yes, I'm willing to adopt the resolution. It's been adopted by Mrs. Hicks and supported by Mr. Johnson. All in favor? Aye. Resolution adopted. Next item on the agenda is consider facility rental. The board formed the facilities rental committee to evaluate rental rates and policies for facility usage and to make recommendations to the board. At the board meeting on November 22nd, 2022, the facility rental committee made recommendations for district facility rental fees, rates, group tiers, and policies. At the board meeting on January the 8th, 2024, the board tabled the assignments to the facilities rental committee. On January 22nd, 2024, and on September 9th, 2024, the board discussed the facility rental committee. The board will consider dissolving the facility rental committee. A resolution is attached for the board consideration. Do I have a board member willing to adopt?
Madam President,
Yes.
I adopt the, I move the document.
It's been moved by Mrs. Early and supported by Mr. Jackson. Mrs. Early, would you please call the roll?
Daniel Winston,
Aye.
Cheryl Fletcher,
Nay.
Shirley Tolliver, Mr. Johnson, Ms. Hicks,
Nay.
Ms. Early, aye, Ms. Tolliver,
Aye. 4 ayes, 2 nays, resolution adopted. Next item on the agenda, discuss elementary signage. Who's speaking?
Madam President, that was removed.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
Next item on the agenda, comments from the audience, topics not related to the agenda. Are there any? There are 2.
first up is Tammy Golston.
Oh, that's me.
You also have 3 minutes.
I have to, oh, that's fine, I won't even say all that. Because I think you guys might have already addressed it, but my name is Tammy Golston. I'm at 14175 Breakfast Drive. I'm representing the football team, the Redford Elites. I just really came in support to just make it known that as a parent, my son is at Pierce Middle School. He was at Adams, matriculated into Pierce. It's my hope that he joined the THU team when he becomes a high school student and will use the skills that he's gained into the high school. And I think it's probably most parents who hope that their kids will be able to matriculate in with these skills. So I'm hoping that things continue to be productive as we collaborate, and I'm here to help do that as a parent and to make my desires for that known. So I just wanted to have that be said. My daughter also graduated from Thurston, so I know how the school is and how beneficial it is, and I was hoping that my son has that same experience. So being able to be a part of the team this year has been encouraging for him, and I'm just hoping that we continue to be collaborative as adults so that we can make sure that the kids have that experience all the way through their matriculation from elementary to middle school to high school.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. Anthony Johnson.
I'll be brief. Just to give you a little history lesson. These are cheerleading outfits from the Redford Rangers. These are cheerleading. This is where we we changed the colors from these to those. Redford Rangers. Used to serve as RU. As you can see, these are RU colors. RU did not give us the love that we deserved. So, we tried. We changed the colors to this, which coincide with Thurston Blue, RU Yellow. Mr. Galdis was a principal at Fisher, became the superintendent, gave us a safe haven to practice at Fisher. As you know, this is how you became the Eagles, from the Rangers to the Eagles. These helmets used to be RU Blue, that's why they're funny color blue, because we painted over them, because they was that royal blue. That's how you became the Eagles. It cost, with the help of Miss Nikki back there, if she can stand up, it cost us approximately $25,000 to redo all these uniforms. With the help of Mr. Galdis, being the superintendent at the time, gave us the feel for nothing, because I changed the name from the Rangers to the Eagles to coincide with the South Redford School District, which had all different mascots. I don't know if Ms. Fletcher or Ms. Hicks remember me coming here and presenting that to the board some 15 plus years ago. That's how we became the Eagles. So that's the foundation of what we're building here for these children. Win or lose, it's about these young men growing up to be kings and our young ladies growing up to be queens. And that's what I'm here for, and that's why I'll stay here until it gets done. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Plus Delta Plan for Mrs. Dixon.
Madam President, what processes of the board work this evening?
Chair,
Yes.
you know I'm always loving to see all these people here in the place. I love to hear y'all conversations. I love to hear what y'all have to say, good, bad, or indifferent. So please let us know, because we may not ever find out really what's going on if y'all don't come talk to us. So don't feel like, you're not being heard and understood, because we need to know. So thank all y'all for showing up. Even y'all who didn't speak, y'all presence was great. So just thank you for being here today. Definitely a plus.
The plus that I like today is that my boys stayed calm. It wasn't disruptive. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we show that y'all have the discipline, and I appreciate that.
I like the fact that today, versus some other times, we stayed on task with what was on our agenda, and there was no animosity between members and members' comments and people taking them down. So I appreciate it. Anyone else?
Madam President, what opportunities for improvement are there for the board?
Are there any? If there's no further business, I have one thing to say. I just want to remind everybody in here, the adults, to vote on November the 5th, especially our Wayne County School Enhancement Village. So, just remember, there's 32 districts in Wayne County, and if the millage passes, all students in our 32 districts will be able to have better schools, achieve, and be successful. So thank you very much. If there's no further business that comes before this board, I adjourn this 7:12.